Bet you didn't see this.
This poison is spreading. There are pastors who love Israel who think all is fine, and my message to them is go and talk to the teenagers in your congregation. Go and talk to the 20-somethings in your congregation, because they're picking up their phone and they're watching TikTok and they're watching Instagram and they're hearing this message being driven, and it is resonating. And if you want an illustration of this, several weeks ago, J.D. Vance was down at Ole Miss at a Turning Point gathering, and one kid got up, asked this viciously anti-Semitic question. The most horrifying thing to me is what happened in the second later, which is the crowd erupted in applause. Not everybody. My guess is 20 to 30% of the kids there were applauding the viciously anti-Semitic question. What worries me is young people that get the message, oh, our team, we hate Israel. That is dangerous.
Horribly anti-Semitic question. Let's see what this horrible anti-Semitic question was.
Ethnic cleansing in Gaza. I'm just confused why this idea has come around, considering the fact that not only does their religion not agree with ours, but also openly supports the prosecution of ours.
Yeah, so let me...
Yeah, no, that's not an anti-Semitic question. It's a genuine question. It's not fake. It's an absolute reality, okay? People like to pretend it's not, but it is. It just is. Christianity is not compatible with Judaism. It's just not. We are pretending it is because of years and years and years of propaganda, but it's not. It's not compatible. And we believe completely different things. Christians believe in Jesus Christ as the Son of God, as the Savior of mankind. And Jews do not believe that. They not only don't believe that he's the Son of God or a Savior, they don't even believe that he's a prophet. They believe that he's just some random dude that tried to rebel against the Romans and got crucified for it. Okay? There's no compatibility there. I know we like to pretend there is, but there isn't. And we're just gonna say it like it is, okay? There's no compatibility with those two things. These guys like to pretend there is, and they like to push their propaganda, but there isn't. That being said, what this kid is asking is a legitimate question. It's not anti-Semitic. It's just truth. And and the reason why he's calling it anti-Semitic is because this is the game. You call something anti-Semitic, obviously that kid must be anti-Semite. He must be a Jew hater. He must be a Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes supporter, and he must be this and he must be that. Because we're not allowed to ask those questions, guys. You're not allowed to ask those questions that are grounded in absolute reality and truth. Don't believe me? Watch this.
Palestine used to be 10% Christian. It's now more like 2 or 3% Christian. Evangelical support for the Israeli government has resulted in destruction of Christian communities. So which side are you on? Are you trying to save Christianity, or are you trying to destroy Christianity because you're destroying it right now?
The Christian population in the region has declined dramatically since Israel became a state in 1948.
Right.
And I'm not quite sure why.
I think that's part of the whole greater Israel project.
And how did they pull this off? People mention the usual things: vandalizing churches, attacking clergy, blocking Christian movement, and confiscating Christian land. All true. But there's one tactic that has proven especially effective, and every Christian in Jerusalem knows it: spitting on Christians.
You see these videos of Christians, priests with crucifixes around their necks getting spit on in Jerusalem.
Jewish men and children spitting on
Christian worshipers.
Upsurge in spitting and hitting attacks on clergy and the vandalism of Christian sites.
Christians in Jerusalem's Old City say they've been repeatedly assaulted.
We had only one incident where a small child spit on one of the pastors.
Imagine raising your family as a Christian father under Israeli rule, knowing that if your 6-year-old daughter walks down the street, she can be spat on by the Israelis just because she's Christian. Only to learn that the Israeli Minister of National Security not only doesn't punish the attackers, but he defends it, calling spitting on Christians an ancient Jewish tradition.
And I find it really, really interesting that the first thing he says when he opens up is, we need to talk to the younger generations. You pastors that are clearly brainwashed and clearly have bought into the propaganda and are clearly manipulated. It's not enough. You need to get to the younger generation. And that's why so many of us believe that there's a possibility that that's why Charlie Kirk was taken out. because Charlie was getting to that younger generation better than anybody else. He was more effective at actually communicating with them, and he was actually changing their minds. He was actually influencing the two youngest generations right now. He was easily the most influential person when it came to those two generations. And he was turning against this whole agenda here. He was turning against all of this propaganda. He wasn't believing it. Don't believe me? Let me just remind you. Watch this.
How many of you guys think when a lawmaker and a man I respect like Ted Cruz uses the Bible to justify aid to Israel, doesn't even know the verse, do you guys think that's like not the best way to approach this? Raise your hand. Okay.
I think Ted Cruz used Genesis 12:3. I think a lot of people see that as off-putting when you look at the New Testament.
Why?
Because I think a lot of people, they look especially at the writings of Paul, where he talks about how the new flesh is not the same as the people in the old covenant. The new flesh is everybody, is everyone's included.
You're talking about Romans 9?
Yes, 9:6, yeah.
Are you Catholic?
Converting to Catholic from Judaism.
I can tell.
This is my next
Oh, from Judaism?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So you're you're ethnically Jewish.
Ethnically Jewish, yes.
And you have concerns about AIPAC.
Yes, I do.
I'm told that by some people that if I criticize AIPAC, I'm anti-Semitic.
Yeah, so all of Charlie's friends and these pastors that basically just get up and continue to smear Candace Owens and attack the people that are not on board with their obvious propaganda and their obvious agenda, because apparently that's what pastors do now. They don't preach the gospel. They don't talk about the Bible. They just get up and talk about how people on the left are idiots and how Candace Owens is dangerous. And there's even this video caught of Pastor Rob McCoy alleging that Candace Owens killed Charlie. Like, that's ridiculous. But I mean, listen to his own words.
Is the real killer. And she's a real killer because Charlie stopped inviting her places. And she thought that if she could get rid of Charlie, maybe she'd be president. And she's doing all this to divert attention from her being the real killer. That's possible. Why do you say that? But I have no evidence, and I'm not suggesting that. I'm simply saying that seems to me what she's doing to other people.
Yeah, that seems really Christ-like. But anyway, all these people that like to pretend that Charlie was somewhere that he wasn't, and that he wasn't starting to turn against this, that he wasn't starting to wake up to it. I'm just going to say it. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It's like you're purposely ignoring that because it suits your own agenda, because it, fits your own narrative. It's really weird, though. You would think that his closest friends would be honoring his death by honoring the things that he said and the things he believed before he was killed.
The way you are treating me is so repulsive. I have text messages, Megan, calling me an anti-Semite.
It's been so unfair. They were coming after you after Turning Point for, among other things, that you had Dave Smith there. Dave Smith isn't allowed to criticize Israel. You had both sides. The Israeli side was overrepresented.
No, you're not allowed to. It's even worse than that. My moral character is now being put into question, Megan. Not my decisions, not like, hey, are you doing this? Is it smart or is it dumb? But no, I am a bad person if I do this. But you and I believe that we're Americans and Americans first, period. End of story. We are citizens of this nation, okay?
And man, the more things that come out, the more it just continues to point to this country and the possibility of them being involved. I'm not saying they are. After all, I'm just a conspiracy theorist.